Washington and Wabash is next. Doors open on the right at Washington and Wabash. Connect to Metra and South Shore Line Millennium Station at Washington and Wabash.
Hey, how's it going, everybody? Chicago. We're on a green line. I'm starting earlier today because I want to head back to Chinatown because I want to head out. I want to check out this. Hey Daisy, how's it going? Thanks for tuning in. I want to check out this 88 Marketplace. It's a huge. It's bigger than a supermarket. It's like a collection of restaurants. They redid a whole warehouse here. We're looking at the Loop of Chicago. That's the Netherlander Theater. They were going by Macy's here in Marshall Fields. Hey, thanks. How's it going there? Ritterack 77. Hopefully I'm saying your name right there. Yeah, we're just on a green line heading southbound here. We're pulling into the...
This is Washington and Wabash.
There you go. It said it better.
Connect to Metra and South Shore Line Millennium Station at Washington and Wabash.
There, you can call
this
that number.
This is a green line train to 63rd and Ashland.
But we'll get off at Chinatown here. Hey, Anna Marie, how's it going? Thanks for tuning in here.
Doors closing.
I would have got the front car, but there were some people sitting up there, and I probably wouldn't have been able to view out the front there anyway. So we're on the side here. And we'll take this down to Cermak McCormick
Adams
Place.
and Wabash is next. Doors open on the right at Adams and Wabash.
And I'm on earlier usual today.
Transfer to orange, pink, purple, and brown line trains at Adams and Wabash.
Look at this nice view of the storefronts along Wabash we get. There's the Palmer House Hilton. And we're pulling in Adams and Wabash. As we pull out, we should see, well, we're already past Miller's Pub.
This is Adams and Wabash.
We'll see the camera, central
Transfer
camera.
to orange, pink, purple, and brown line trains at Adams and Wabash. This is a green line train to 63rd and Ashland.
There you go. Adams and Wabash. Yeah, we got still, it's only up to 42 degrees.
Doors closing.
Chris, how's it going? Yeah, I'm on a little early today. I want to try to check out, there's this 88 Marketplace down in, it's actually East Pilsen. It's, I'm going to get off at McCormick Place there, walk through Chinatown.
In the direction of travel, doors open on the left at Roosevelt.
There's the Exchequer. Look at the Exchequer here. There's this
red and orange line trains at Roosevelt.
There's the central camera. Look how nice that sign is there. But yeah, we're looking down Jackson here through the loop. Yeah, I want to check out this 88 Marketplace. It's a huge collection of grocery stores and restaurants and Chinese food, South Asian, East Asian. I think it's mainly East Asian. And they reused the warehouse over there. There's that whole warehouse district near the Lawrence Fisheries, South Branch of Chicago River. Look how you can look right through down the loop there. Look at these murals. It's just amazing. We got this empty block here. There, you can see it right there. And that's the back side of that Robert Morris College there. That building's really old. It doesn't look as old from the State Street side, but when you look at it from the back here, Jay's filmed this, City Walking Girl. That's where it's filmed this. Here's where the hostel is. There's the hostel on Ida B. Wells. And we're crossing, yeah, Ida B. Wells used to be Congress. Yeah, the other way is Roosevelt, but there's Columbia College. We'll get these nice murals here. I wanted to get this on YouTube. There's the Harmony. There's the Moose blowing the bubble. Jay films this too. There's the nice suffragettes from Chicago, the women's rights movement there in the late 1800s, early 1900s. Of course, Ida B. Wells was part of that, as was many other great Chicagoans. Women's History Month, I guess we should revisit that. Here's the William Jones College Prep High School right here in the South Loop. Look how large that school is. And look at the South Loop Club. Yeah, look at those ghost signs there. All these great murals here as we head down to Roosevelt here. But thanks for tuning in, everybody. Yeah, I'm on early today. I got out of a meeting, or project's going well, so I wanted to celebrate by heading to this 88 Marketplace. I've been wanting to get down here, and if it's as nice as I expect it to be, I'll cut out the footage and post a rerun on TikTok. But I want to, since when I'm downtown, I can get down here faster than going all the way from Lincoln Park. And I don't understand why I get this criticism that I don't go to all sides of the city. I do, and you know that. People in the lunch bunch, people will size me up on TikTok in 5 minutes, and they'll consider me a yuppie north sider that is a millionaire that never goes further south than Madison, and that's not the case. We get to the west side, the south side, and I want to use my lunch period to get out further to like Pilsen during lunch, Chinatown, maybe even Bronzeville, so I can prove to people that I'm going to other areas, because I don't enjoy the criticism, because I know what people are trying to stereotype me as. Look at the buds here on the trees here.
Transfer to red and orange line trains at Roosevelt.
Good morning. How you doing, Tara? Angel, Chris, Chris and Chris. Yeah, East Lansing. Thanks for tuning in. We're gonna take it one more stop south of Roosevelt. We'll go down to McCormick Place there, and then we'll walk right over into Chinatown. And remember when we walked through there? That's some of that infill housing that they did here, where these used to be railroad yards. Hey, look at the buds. Look at the buds on the trees. I mean, this is March 6th. And I really hope we don't get a hard freeze to screw up these trees, because they're ready to pop. We got flowers coming out of the grass is turning green.
McCormick Place is next. Doors open on the left at Cermak McCormick Place.
Nope. Am I blurry? I'm blurry. There we go. We're getting it back. It was focusing on the foreground. Yeah. It gets confused when we go by these buildings really close up. There we go. Just joined. We're on a green line. See if the camera will focus here. And we're headed to Cermak McCormick Place. We'll walk right across Cermak. And we'll head over into East Pilsen there. I want to go to the 88 Marketplace. And I left work a little early on lunch here, so I'll give me enough time to get down there. I'll probably ride a bike back. I want to ride up through the new 78, because I want to see if they fully connected that Wells Street road with Wentworth. Connect the South Loop to Chinatown, and that's what we're all waiting for. And of course, that's where Jerry Reinsdorf wants to build a new Sox stadium, part of the 78 there. If you look across the way, you see we're on the green line here. The South Loop. Not much to see when the buildings are so close up. Just looking at a brick wall there, it opens up. That's where remember at one time we saw the freight train. We were underneath the L tracks, right? The ones we're on right here, and we saw that freight train with the graffiti on it going through there. So see, there's that school, and then there's a police department. Someone was asking me about a police department right before I got to work on TikTok. I never understand what people are asking. It's just things come out of the blue. Here's where the orange line splits from the green, and there's a basketball court down there, and heads over, what is this, 18th Street? Heads over towards Midway. So this is the beginnings of Chinatown and the McCormick Place convention area with all the hotels. Here you see all the tall mid-rise buildings of the South up there. So Bertrand Goldberg designed this development too. This was public housing, and it's on the National Historic Registry. You see, it's a signature round style, even with the round windows. And thankfully, this is protected, because these might have been torn down. Here, we'll get off here. We're at the Cermak McCormick Place station.
This is Cermak McCormick Place. This is a green line train to 63rd and Ashland.
Hey, how's it going? Welcome to Chicago. Doors closing. Look at this nice station. They recently, well, 10 years ago, they added this. This was a new station that didn't used to exist on the Green Line. The Green Line used to just blow through here, and then they added this station so there at least would be a stop on the Green Line for the convention center, and you can also use it to get to Chinatown, which is what I do, you know, an alternative to taking the Red Line. And let's get the camera straight here, see if we can get the, I'm always adjusting the camera here, trying to get it straight through. Hey, hello Lunch Bunch, how you doing here? Thanks for tuning in. Look how cloudy it is with the Sears Tower is in the clouds. See, look at the skyline of, hold on, let me hope I won't hit mute here. We'll zoom in a little bit. And there you can see some of the Chicago skyline there. Hold on a second there. There we go. And there's the Bertrand Goldberg housing there. That's on the National Historic Register. These classical style. And then you see over here, these are the hotels that they, by McCormick Place, and that's Cermak heading to McCormick Place. Here's the windbreak. That's what this tube is here for the Cermak McCormick Place station on the Green Line. We'll head right down here to the street level here, and then I'll be able to interact with your comments. Yeah, that was a rare me using my whisper NPR voice. Yeah, I was trying to be quiet and not be annoying on the train, which for me is hard to do. You know me, I get louder and louder as I talk over the traffic sometimes and the sirens. But here's the we'll head out of the McCormick Place Cermak station here. And yeah, we were down here for the Chinese New Year parade. When was that? 2 weekends ago. I think a lot of you probably saw that, at least the reruns there if you didn't see it live. And look, Chinatown that way, McCormick Place that way. Here's a White Castle. Here we're on Cermak here. So we'll make a right. And Chris, can you believe I did not know this either when I was researching the Cubs and the White Sox? Of course, before the Cubs played at Wrigley Field and before the White Sox played at Kaminsky, they both played at the West Park field there on the west side of town over towards United Center. But even before that, there was an older stadium down here. There used to be a stadium down here that's long gone. You can look into it. If you ever heard of the Everly Club, the Everly Club was an infamous brothel, a high-end brothel in the south side of Chicago here, the near south side at that time. And the Everly Club brothel was in this block. And then they tore all that down with urban renewal to build the Hillard Apartments, family and senior living. These are really well maintained and used affordable housing, designed by Bertrand Goldberg, the same architect that did Marina Towers, Marina City, and it's on the National Historic Register. Yeah, it's a cold, dreary Chicago. Now we're back to typical March weather. This is the typical lousy March weather we usually have in Chicago. 42 degrees. It was drizzling this morning, overcast. There's some of the remnants of there's still some decent affordable housing down there. This is really the Hilliard homes. This is not bad at all. And hey, how's it going? Hopefully I'm not being annoying here. I'm just trying to do a little podcast here. The mural look like Beavis and Butthead? Yeah. Look at that station there. We can look at the station here. But yeah, look at the Hilliard homes here. Look at the wind train. Look at that. Yeah. I was talking so much I didn't even notice the mural of the. We'll have to catch that next time. But hey, welcome to Chicago. How's everybody doing here on Tuesday? Yeah, again, we got. I'm on a little earlier than usual because I want to get enough time. We'll get some quality YouTube footage here walking through Chinatown. We're going to go right past the Chinatown gate. We'll see it in widescreen here, 720p. And then we'll, I don't know, I might quickly cruise through Chinatown Square on our way to this 88 Marketplace. And if you got a computer handy, do a search for 88 Marketplace, Chicago. And you'll see why I want to check this thing out. I don't know when I guess they built this a few years ago, but I didn't know much about it. And just like that food court, look, the National Teachers Academy. Here's the National Teachers Academy, 55 West Cermak Road here. Kids are there playing basketball. And we're south of the downtown. We're down McCormick Place is east of us. We'll go right through Chinatown. They might still have some of the decorations. Look, there's a tent underneath this Metro Viaduct. So including my cousin, who was asking for me to film the homeless. I don't understand why he was doing that. I've lived in Chicago for 25 years. I love my cousin, but he's never visited me once in Chicago, even though he's been to Chicago. So maybe he can go visit the homeless himself if he wants to see it. And yeah, we'll head. This is the red line stop on the CTA L system. There's the red line pulling in right there, and we'll head right up by the Chinatown gate here. And like I said, we were just down here for Chinese New Year. There you can see the pagoda-like tops of the Pui Talk Center. And here we'll head right back. They got some salt dome there. There goes the L. The red line's pulling out. Cermak Chinatown here. There it goes. There goes the red line heading south. There, that's the part that goes right through the middle of the Dan Ryan. They're 95th. They're going to extend it further south. It's going to take them a few years. So, hell, well, here, welcome to Chinatown. Right there, it says it on this ceramic gate. And look at the dragons. We're in the year of the dragon. Some of the inflatables are still here. And there's the Chinatown gate. We'll get a better view of it when we get across here. Look, look at the golden dragon here coming out of the little pagoda here. Chinatown public parking. There's the Chinatown the Chinatown branch of the Chicago Public Library, that oval building. And here, let's get across the street here so we can film. Look, Lunar New Year Parade, we came down here. Here's the beautiful gate over Wentworth, Cermak and Wentworth here in Chinatown, Chicago. And a hot pot, they got all these great restaurants. And look at this gate here. Thanks for tuning in there. Isn't this nice? This is worth it. That fire station was used in Backdraft. If you saw the movie Backdraft, Ron Howard directed that in the 90s. Opie. And here we'll head over to the Chinatown gate. We'll check out. They still got the lanterns out from Chinese New Year. If you missed it, we filmed the parade. You go to my TikTok. We got several TikToks. We had a nice Spanish parade. Here's the Pui Talk Center. Newly restored. Chinese business leaders pulled their resources together in the 1920s. This was built in like 1928, 1929. They used Norwegian architects to design this Pui Talk Center in a Chinese traditional architectural revival style. And here we'll get a better view. Yeah, you get some pants, jeans, and you got the restaurants. They got all the look at the ceramic. We'll get a closer up view of it when we head back up here. There you got the Mayflower Chinese restaurant. I'll go down to where the Emperor's Choice is. That's called the Moy building. The Moy group built that again in the late 1920s. It's one of my favorite buildings down here. The ceramic adorning the columns there. And look at the Pui Talk Center. Look how nice this is. Yeah, Chicago's largest Chinese supermarket, the 88 Market. That's why I want to check it out. Here's Wan Cow. See, we went all the way down to 24th, and that's where we filmed the Chinese New Year parade. There it is. See where Emperor's Choice is there? That's called the Moy building. It was built in 1928 or 1929. And see how, look how the gate just frames. Is my camera straight? Look how the gate just frames the Wentworth Street here. Let me get the camera straight here a little bit. I'm always fudging with the camera. Hopefully I won't. But look at the ceramic tile here. I want to get a detail here where we cross Wentworth here. Look how nice that looks. And even around the door here in that circle. And then even on the door, look at this detail here. They got a butterfly terracotta ceramic with painted. And look, even the Wan Cow building across the way. All these go back to the 1920s. Classic architecture here. in the Chinese revival style in Chicago. This is Chicago's Chinatown. And we won't linger here too long. We got 11:55. I want to really get to the 88 Marketplace. And I just wanted to document this on YouTube since we're down here. So thanks for coming along. Appreciate it. Thanks everybody for tuning in to Lunch Bunch. Isn't this nice? See, we're finally getting out of downtown, and I want to do this more. I want to get to Pilsen, maybe on some lunch walks. Look at the ceramic. Look at these dragons all the way up to the pagoda roof. All this ceramic terracotta tile, you know, the painted tile, ceramic tile on the side here. Yeah, you can touch it here. And all the nice little toys and wares. And yeah, sometimes they have community services, religious services in here. And here's the Lunar New Year. You see the skyline of Chicago through the gate there. Welcome to Chicago's Chinatown, Asian image. So we'll head for the sake of time, I want to make sure I got enough time to document this. It'll take me at least 15 minutes to get over here. We might do Chinatown Square some other time. I'm going to head straight down Cermak. Look at these statues you can buy. Civic Furniture, Oriental Gifts. They got urns. Look, 89, 95, 90 bucks will get you that urn. You can put that in your living room there. Look at that. Look at all these nice Buddhas and new Chinatown. And there's that fire station that was using backdraft. You can see the Red Line station there. And that Ron Howard movie that came out about set in Chicago with the fire department there. Look at all these. This is the, you know, Wentworth and Cermak. This is the oldest part of Chicago's ethnic enclave here of Chinese Americans. And it started in South Loop. We saw some of that stuff there on Clark Street in the South Loop. But then they moved down here starting in the turn of the century. A lot of these Chinese American immigrants started in California working on the railroad. And then when there was discrimination and the work ended after the Union Pacific was finished, what was the other end of the Union Pacific? Chicago. And then they could get to New York. So they came from west to east, a different immigration pattern than the European immigrants that generally went from east to west. And they went to Chicago, New York, East Coast, and founded new Chinese American enclaves in the metropolises of America. And that's how, you know, there's been several waves of immigration, you know, and it's Pilsen's completely different. Pilsen used to be Polish American, now it's Hispanic, Latino American, Mexican American, other people from Central South America. How neighborhoods change over time, and that's the direction we're headed. We're heading towards East Pilsen, which is west of Chinatown. We're on Cermak here, and there they call that the Chinatown Square. We've gone through there on TikTok. We got some nice footage there on TikTok for the Chinese New Year parade there. Yeah, that's good. Isn't that nice? Your bro was an extra in Backdraft. That's good. I saw that the way I rolled. That's nice. Yeah, you're right, Christopher Dotson. There's several Chinatowns, I guess. There's, you know, there's one on the north side on Argyle, and I filmed that before. We were up there on 4th of July last year. I went up to Argyle. That's more Vietnamese, South Asian. But there is along Broadway there, north of the Uptown Theater in Uptown. Yeah, it's little Saigon. But you can get dim sum. There's Chinese Americans that live on the north side too. And there's many suburban communities that have large Chinese American and Asian American communities in the western suburbs and all over the Chicago suburbs. Here's the Chinese Veterans Memorial here. And we're over here on Archer. This is Archer. Archer goes at an angle. Archer goes kind of diagonally south and west. Goes to McKinley Park, the northern edge of Bridgeport, and goes all the way to the south and west there. And this is Cermak. Cermak is what, 22nd Street? Is that what it is? I don't know. And it heads east-west, just like Roosevelt. Roosevelt used to be 16th Street, and they changed it to Roosevelt. Amazingly, Cermak and Roosevelt are connected. Cermak was the mayor of Chicago in the late 20s, early 30s, or at least the early 30s. And when President Roosevelt and Cermak, I don't know where it was at, there was a motorcade where there was an assassination attempt against Roosevelt, the president, and they failed, but they did kill Cermak, the mayor of Chicago, and that's why Cermak is named in honor of the mayor of Chicago that lost his life in an assassination attempt of Roosevelt. Look that up. Make sure I got that right. Hopefully I didn't get that mixed up in my mind. And that happened like in the early 1930s. A very turbulent time in America because we were at the depths of the Great Depression. But here we're going to head underneath. See that Walgreens is the Walgreens in Chinatown there. We're going to head underneath the metro tracks here. And we're going to go to a more industrial area that's along the south branch of the Chicago River. Yeah, Canada, thanks for tuning in there. How's everybody doing there? Yeah, there's Polish neighborhoods along Archer. Yeah, there used to be. I mean, we just yesterday was Pulaski Day, a very important holiday for Polish Americans, especially in Chicago. And city service, a lot of the city offices were closed yesterday in an observation of Pulaski Day. And yeah, there's several Polish American neighborhoods on the southwest sides of Chicago. Look at there's the Orange Line. That's the Orange Line flyover. That goes to Midway. And Midway, I take the Orange Line to Midway Airport. If you fly southwest, Midway's pretty much a hub for Southwest. There's very few other airlines that fly out of there. All the other airlines fly out of O'Hare. And same thing in Dallas. If you fly into Love Field, it's pretty much Southwest, and you got to go to Dallas-Fort Worth for all the other airlines. And same as you fly into Houston. If you go to Hobby Airport, it's mainly Southwest Airport, and all the rest of the airlines are at Bush. But hey, look at, there's some junky stuff here. But these warehouses are beautiful. I remember working on projects as a city planner in the early 2000s when I first moved to Chicago, where they wanted to redevelop this area. And this 88 Chinese marketplace is part of that. And you'll see it when we get over there. I have not been inside this thing. I just saw it online. I want to check it out. There's Lawrence Fisheries. So here, let's cross the street. Let's check out Lawrence Fisheries, which is one of the few remaining fish markets, because of course Chicago's on Lake Michigan, just like Calumet Fisheries on 95th, which recently had a fire. So I don't know what the status of Calumet Fisheries is there on 95th, but here's Lawrence Fisheries. You see that shrimp there? Let me zoom in here. Hey Dolores, how's it going? Hey Kurt. Yeah. Cermak was shot in the lung and mortally wounded by Zangara, who was attempting to assassinate Roosevelt. Thanks for fact-checking me there, Kurt. I appreciate that. I did get it right, and that's what Cermak Road in Chicago is named after that. So we got Roosevelt, which is a half a mile north of Cermak. Isn't that amazing? They all run through the south and west sides of Chicago here, east to west. But here's Lawrence Fisheries. We'll cross the street here. I want to document. See Grove and Canal. If it wasn't so overcast, there would be an amazing view to the Chicago skyline here. We'll get across here. Lawrence Fisheries. Look at this. Here comes the Orange Line heading back north here. Happy Lunar New Year 2024, Year of the Dragon. Lawrence Fisheries. Look at the shrimp there. Look at that, Chris. You know what this is. Lawrence Fisheries here at is this Canal Street? This is Canal Street. There's the Orange Line heading into the loop. There's some Amtrak train yards over here. But look at the murals. You enter Lawrence Fisheries here. Let's see if it's open. Yeah, it's open. There's people sitting in there. I'll just take a peek inside. These are the Basquiat Bridge. This is the South Branch of Chicago River. Lawrence Fisheries here. 2120 South Canal. You see the sign there and the shrimp. And let's see what they got here. Hey, how's it going? I'll be quiet here for a second. I just want to look at they got the shark. Look at this. Since 1950, the finest deep fried seafood in the city of Chicago, right here, Lawrence Fisheries. Now I would stay longer. I want to get to this 88. I want to get to this 88 marketplace, and so I just wanted to document Lawrence Fisheries since we were going by here. Thanks for following along here. We're in Chicago. We're on Canal Street and Cermak, and there's these warehouses. Look, there's some graffiti tags at the top, but we'll walk right across this bridge and we'll try to check out this 88 marketplace. Near the Dragon, we saw that parade. It was great. Yeah, the footage is on TikTok if you missed it. And a lot more trucks down here. And they store a lot of boats down in this area. So like when we see them take all the sailboats into the harbors there in springtime, some of them do their dry winter storage around this area and the South Branch, and that's why they got to go through all those bridges. But Pacific of Chicago, an Asian themed lifestyle center. That's what they're showing on this building. That's interesting. So let's head up. These bridges are fabulous. Look at these old Bascule bridges. They're drawbridges on the South Branch of Chicago River. Very industrial looking. And Chinatown's all that way. We checked that out. Yeah, that's good, Merc. Growing up in Brooklyn. Yeah, I remember the old movies. They would show all the fish that they would catch in the... There was a fish market. Bring the fresh fish in from the Atlantic. The Grand Banks there. Same with Boston and the great maritime towns up to Maine and the whole eastern seaboard there. It's amazing. But here, this is Cermak. Look at the counterweight. The counterweight's like a teeter-totter there. It's on a fulcrum, and this is a Bascule drawbridge. Look at these beautiful industrial warehouses that are still pretty much vacant. They're trying to redevelop them. That's why I said when I was a young city planner that came to the city, there were many proposals about trying to redevelop this area into an artist district. And it was hard because they don't want it. The people that live in East Pilsen don't want the area to be gentrified. And I'm with them because you don't want to be priced out of your own neighborhood, you know. And look at the South Branch of the Chicago River here. The Cermak Bridge here. Look at these great industrial warehouses here. Look, hopefully they're coming through okay. Am I streaming okay? Thanks everybody for tuning in. Krista, how you doing there? Cliff Dweller. You can see me from your apartment on Roosevelt. That's great. Well, thanks for tuning in. Yeah, you can easily see me there with my blue coat. And you can zoom in with your telescope there. That's great. But here's the South Branch of the Chicago River. We checked out the Lawrence Fisheries. They're still going strong. Hopefully the Calumet Fisheries on 95th will be able to reopen. They had a fire. If you ever seen the Blues Brothers, that's where the Blues Brothers jumped that bridge, that drawbridge that was in the upright position that was on 95th. I have friends that grew up in East Chicago and that they're older than me, and they were kids when they filmed the Blues Brothers, and they snuck out of school, or the school let out so they could watch them film that. Isn't that amazing? That they saw some of the filming of the Blues Brothers even before the movie came out, because they knew who John Belushi was. He was already famous by then with Dan Aykroyd because of Saturday Night Live. And here we'll head down. Look at this area here. 88 Marketplace. 88 Marketplace. So we're getting close here. Look at this great triangle-shaped warehouse off of Cermak. Jefferson Street. So if you go to the West Loop and you see Jefferson Street, like Canal, it goes south all the way to this area. We lost that water tower. This stuff's released. There's the Dan Ryan as it comes in with that nice view. Look at all these cars parked here. There's people. This is open 7 days a week. I think it opens 9 a.m. to 8 at night, or 8 a.m. to 9 at night. I don't know. There's 600 West Cermak. There's stuff in there. We see this big warehouse. I got to research to see what was in here before, because U-Haul is over there. They got this beautiful entry, but here's they call it Jefferson Square, 88 Marketplace. It's we're west of Chinatown on Cermak. We're technically in East Pilsen, but it's on the very edge of East Pilsen because East Pilsen is divided from regular Pilsen by the highway, the wide Dan Ryan. And hey, good afternoon, everybody. So thanks for staying on. Let's check out this 88 Marketplace. This is new to me. This is the first time I've been in here, so hopefully they'll let me film, and hopefully they'll let me promote this. Jefferson Square. You see the highway. You can hear the Dan Ryan over here. We're down wedged in between East Pilsen and Chinatown is this 88 Marketplace in Chicago. Thanks for tuning in and welcome to Chicago. So let me do the whole thing so I can cut this out and we can put it on multiple platforms here. So, welcome to Chicago. Here's the 88 Marketplace. We're down here in East Pilsen, west of Chinatown, and we crossed the South Branch of the Chicago River. At Cermak, there's this industrial area, and we'll follow along here. And we'll just check out this. There's many restaurants and groceries in here, and this is the first time I've been here, so I'm going to be seeing it with fresh eyes along with you. Let's check out the 88 Marketplace here. Before we go up the escalator, let's see what's on the ground floor here. Look at this. They got multiple levels. Let's check out the downstairs. Hopefully I won't lose my connection here. We're still streaming at 3800 Unity Homeware. So if you go down in the basement, there's Unity Homeware. I won't go too far here. And I just want to get it over. Look, they got these machines. They got these anime machines where you can get your little plush doll. Just don't get stuck in the machine there. You ever see those videos where the kids are stuck in the machine? I don't know how they got in there. But we're in the 88 Marketplace, and let's check this out here. Pure tea, cotton candy. Welcome to Chicago. This is great. I love that this is here and that they're reusing this warehouse. Look, CM chicken, Korean fried chicken. Look at this. Wow, they're getting the whole spread there. What is this? Hot pot. And IAO. Let's see what else we got here. Fashion and beauty. This is like a mall in here. They got insurance agency and hot pot, just like Happy Lamb hot pot. They got some stuff up there. I wonder if you can get out the other side here too. You see them chicken. Look at this wood. Look at this amazing wood carvings. Yeah, look at all this stuff. They got porcelain. You got the Hello Kitty. Look at this stuff. Look at all this jade and stone. All these carvings. This is amazing. Look at this beautiful stuff here. And we're just scratching the surface here. Look at all this artwork. So this is the 88 Marketplace in Chicago. And let's go up to the main floor here because I think we haven't even seen the main floor yet here. So how's it going? Thank you. So here, let's head around here. We'll go up the escalator and then I'll be able to look at the comments here. Recently opened. That's good. Thanks for the information the way I roll. Thanks for researching and Anna Marie, I'm glad you're seeing this. The new Oldsmobiles are early this year. Hey, let the Blues Brothers quotes continue. That's great. I appreciate it. I love referencing that movie because it's just a classic Chicago movie that you can learn so much about how Chicago used to be around 1980. It's like a time capsule. 88 Marketplace. Yeah, look at this. So I think this is like the grocery store portion of it. They got all these Asian products. Look, here's a liquor store. You can get your sake, whatever. I know that's Japanese, but you can get, I'm sure, many brands of Chinese and East Asian liquor. Here's the grocery store at 88 Marketplace. Let's see if my connection okay. Good. Let's see how big this store is. And you see off to the side here, we got produce. Got some, what is this? We got a bar right here. Is this like a sake bar? What is this? Please wait to be seated. Look at this. So this is 312 Fish Market right here. Look at this. They got a nice bar right here off the grocery store. And look at this. Wow. So in the back here we got Fantuan Delivery. Look at all the meats they got hanging up here. You get your whole duck, your whole chicken. Crispy, deep fried. Get your wings and everything. Get your sticky rice. They got these little kiosks. So if you just joined, this is the 88 Marketplace. We're down here let me take my hat off. People are giving me weird stares because I'm sure I stick out here. Here, dim sum. Dim sum. Look at the nice dragon here. You're the dragon. Yeah, look at that. Wow, this smells great. You got this place you can eat right here. And we'll head right out here. We'll go into the grocery store. But yeah, you got all this seating here. You got these restaurants. 88 Marketplace. Dim sum. What else we got here? So frozen food, meats. Let's see what else is over here. I think this, yeah, like you said, this is one of the largest, if not the largest, Asian grocery store, probably in the Midwest. And they just opened it recently. This is the first time I've been inside here, so I'm just seeing what's here, giving everybody an overview. This place has everything. That's when they drove through the mall. The police chased them into the mall there, the classic Blues Brothers scene. They got seafood, meat market back here. Hello Kitty, pots and pans. Got some frozen stuff. So I think this is pretty much it. So let's go the other way and see if we see any things the other way here. So 88 Marketplace here. Technically this is East Pilsen, or like Cermak and Jefferson, but really this is probably part of Chinatown. Because Chinatown's expanding not only in the East Pilsen, but Bridgeport, the northern part of Bridgeport, has many more Chinese restaurants than it used to. And there's even like Buddhist temples that took over Protestant churches and things like that. We documented that last year when we were in Bridgeport, which is traditionally an Irish-American neighborhood. Still is. There's a huge Irish-American community in Bridgeport, Chicago. Very well established here in Chicago. And that's where the Dailies came from. But yeah, there's the 312 fish market right there. Look at all this candy. They got all these candies. Yeah. Check out. So thanks for coming along with me on this little tour here. Here we got seafood. Bayo Bay Bakery. Look at this bakery. Nice bakery here. You got this seafood area, eating area here. You got a bunch of vending machines here. Customer service. Again, there's the liquor store over there. You got shopping carts. Hungry Panda. So, let's see if there's anything else here. I think this is mainly it. So it's mainly a grocery store on the upper level, and then they got some. Look at all the ceramics down there. Beautiful artwork. There's some offices there, some photography things. Is that what that is? Yeah, photo printing, Spectra printing. They got some artwork here. We're just heading down the escalator. And this is the 88 Marketplace. So what time we got here? 12:18. So hey, we might have some time to check out Pilsen a little bit. Let's check out. Speaking of the Blues Brothers, Chris, you know that area where the Penguin had the what is that called? The orphanage where near the beginning of the Blues Brothers, after they go to visit their nun there, the Penguin, and she tells them that she needs money because they're going to lose the orphanage where they grew up, and that's where he falls down the desk. That area was filmed right near here, and I'll show you where that's at. I've shown it before. Here's the 88 Marketplace. This is what we just checked out here. I'll get back just a little further so we can film the whole thing here. And there, Jefferson Square. They reused portions of this warehouse. The grocery store goes all the way up that upper floor, and then the lower part, they got the mall area there, 88 Marketplace. And you got a flaming hot Cheeto covered corn dog. Oh, that sounds great. Flaming hot Cheeto covered corn dog. Wow, that's great. Asian Prime Steakhouse, Holu, authentic Chongqing hot pot. We saw that. And see, people, they got parking. They got plenty of parking over here, so you can get parking areas. They just recently added these parking areas because this used to be an empty lot. And you see, even in the middle of the day on a Tuesday, there's people going in there and using it. So that's always a good sign here. So thanks for coming along here. This is what 88 Marketplace. So here, let's head up to East Pilsen. I want to at least show, I can hop on a divvy bike and head back closer into the loop there. So now I got to get back to my workplace. Hello, how you doing there, Anna Marie? Poonam, the cliff dweller. Yeah, the fat penguin. I love that scene in that movie. They go to visit the penguin. Of course, you know, she kind of hovers and still rules over them, you know, and smacks their wrist, and they've been bad. They, you know, Jake just got out of jail, and they're in their little desk up there, and she starts whacking their. They start swearing, and she starts whacking them, and then they try. Jake can't get out of his little desk there, and he scoots over to the stairs and falls down the stairs. And so that scene where, I'll show you right where that scene happened. It's right over here. And we were talking about the other scene, Calumet Fisheries. There's all over the city. They go to Maxwell Street. They go to Milwaukee. They go all sides of the city here. Let me put my hat back on. We're back outside. So welcome to Chicago. We got 42 degrees. We just checked out the 88 Marketplace. We walked a little bit through Chinatown. There's a New York style delivery truck in Chicago. There's some of the housing in East Pilsen, Jefferson and Cullerton. And look, vacant land for sale. Looks like they're going to build another one of those right there. This is developable lot. Let's see if anything goes here. Yeah, thank you. Yeah, they got to redeem themselves. That's why they're on a mission from God. Here you can see the streets below the streets. So remember how, you know, this portion of Chicago may have survived the Great Chicago Fire because it blew north and northeast. And you see the streets below the streets, how they raised the streets. That's a classic South Side little bungalow. Look at that. And you see, you could see how, look at the windows are below the street level, the garden apartment, and you go to the stoops, go up. You can really see it here. Look how the ground floor, that used to be the main entry there. And they raised the street for the storm sewers. And then they made the second floor, they made a new entrance. And you got the garden apartment, then you got the new entrance. These buildings have probably been here since the late 1800s. And you see how the streets were raised. And then they added this new infill development. And that's why they got plenty of room for a basement garden apartment level there. Look at this eagle. What's this eagle? That's why I like walking around these different neighborhoods. You just discover stuff that I've been through here before. I never noticed this eagle. They got some sculptures here. I guess there's a sculpture there that painted this eagle or saved it from another building. They might have saved it from another building. There's a tree back there. There's the lower level, the streets below the streets. Look at that mural. Great murals all throughout Pilsen. Look at that box there. Look at this. Just check this out here. So thanks for tuning in. Welcome to Chicago. We're walking up Canal. No, this is Jefferson. This is Jefferson Street. And we're just checking out the murals here. Nice little bird. Hey, Anna Marie. Thanks for tuning in. Yeah. And, well, people seem to be really like, I learned that on TikTok. Here's this little angled street. What street is this? Mary's Taqueria, right here at Canalport. Canalport in Jefferson. Canalport's a really old street. You see how it runs at an angle? And like Bridgeport was actually, they when they dug the canal, the old canal, before they made the Ship and Sanitary Canal and widened it, that's why Bridgeport, there actually was a little bridge, and that low bridge, and they had to unload the boats and reload them to go to the other watershed. And then we got these interesting streets like Canalport. You see how Jefferson these buildings look like they're sinking in the ground. It's because they raised the streets, because we're really near the South Branch of Chicago River here. Look at that. See how the ground floor looks like it's sunken below the street there. You can really see it in this one. Look at that, how they made the you see this all over the city of Chicago. When we were like, what are you talking about, the streets were raised? This is what I'm talking about. See how that building looks like it's sinking into the ground? It's because they raised the streets starting in the 1850s. And you got these older, some of these buildings might predate the Great Chicago Fire, and that's why they're like this. But here, we're where are we at here? Is this 18th Street? Jefferson, 18th Street. So there's where 18th Street comes under the Dan Ryan. We could have went up Canalport. I'll go this way. I think there's a divvy bike station that I'll eventually use after I show. We've shown this too, this old brewery district, and we'll show, at least we've shown this before on TikTok. I don't know if I got any footage on YouTube of this area that was used in the Blues Brothers movie that we're talking about. And if you missed it, you can check out the rerun. We went through Chinatown a little bit. I didn't have time to go to, look at that. Look how much that's sunken down there. You know, and they put some glass block there. The steps that go down. There's a sewer down there. Oops, can you see it? There it is. There you see how low it is down there below. But yeah, if you missed it, we went to the 88 Marketplace, checked out Chinatown. Look at this brick alley. This little angled brick alley. Canalport comes at an angle here. It's a really old part of Chicago that still exists here. East Pilsen. There, I'll get on that divvy. I got my helmet with me. We can ride back. I want to ride back up through, see if they connected that Wentworth to Wells Street through the new 78 neighborhood. I don't even know if you can ride through there. So if you can't, I'm going to have to find an alternative route back, but we'll figure it out. But we also saw Lawrence Fisheries. There's VIPs. I don't know what that is. And here's where Canalport angles into this shop. Was it Schopenhauer? I can't remember the name. It's a German name, a German brewery. All those German beer barons that built all those mansions. There was a beer called Edelweiss. Anybody remember Edelweiss beer, or your grandfather drinking Edelweiss beer? They used to make Edelweiss beer here. It used to be a popular brand that's no longer exists. Maybe you can find it somewhere. I don't know Pabst or who bought it out. But remember the Blues Brothers. Remember when they visited the Penguin. This is it. They said it was, in the movie they said they were in Calumet City, but they were here. The Bluesmobile picks up, they built a false front right there. That's where the Penguins orphanage was. It was down this alley. And it's called the Schoenhofen Brewing Company. Schoenhofen Brewing Company, you can look it up. This is an historic district because this used to be a brewery, Chicago brewers, just like Anheuser-Busch or something. They got amazing detail. You see how it says 1860, 1886. You see that? Okay, I got to zoom in here. You see how that looks like the Star of David? That's an old brewer's mark. If you look it up, there's a brewer's mark. It goes back to the medieval times, like with alchemy. The old German brewers would use that as a mark that they were brewers. They only use hops and water and yeast or whatever they used to brew their beer. It was the purity laws there for the brewers. And they would put that, but look, it's the shop, the Schoenhofen Brewing. See right there, you see how it says Schoenhofen Brewing. And if you remember the Blues Brothers, this is the alley where they filmed the Penguin scenes in the Blues Brothers movies. Yeah. Edelweiss beer still exists. Well, thanks. I'm glad it does, because they you know, it used to be a big brand. And so if you ever run across Edelweiss beer, this is where it came from. And you see there's a brewery district here that they still try to preserve this. And it's at 18th Street and Canalport. This is East Pilsen. The Dan Ryan's that way. And that bridge is the South Branch of Chicago River. So we'll cross the street here and we'll go over and check out a divvy bike. We'll go check out this Vips. But does that look familiar, Chris? Have you seen that before? We'll cross the street here. And there's no... There's no crosswalk, but we'll see if the cars actually stop. It's good. Yeah, I know. They keep... Oh, okay, good, thank you. Yeah, see, the cars keep on going here. And that's why there's not a crosswalk there, because they don't want people to cross there, because cars got the right of way there. But there's Kentone's Drive-In. VIP. It's a tattoo parlor. VIP's tattoo parlor. That's what this is. Look at that. Look at that in the ceiling there. Look at that detail. And so bear with me. What time we got here? 12:30. So I got a half an hour at least to get back to the office here. So let me put on my bike helmet, and I'm going to check out a divvy bike. So, and then we're going to try to ride up into the loop. And I might get off the bike and walk through the loop, depending on how long it takes us to get there. But here, hold on a second here. Let me switch out my my knit hat for my bike helmet here. Thanks for being on here. Yeah, so sorry, Rinjit. Cool. I can't read what you're saying there, and I don't know if you're just trolling me or actually trying to say something, but welcome to Chicago. I don't, whatever language you're speaking, I don't speak it, so we'll just ignore it for now because I can't do anything about it. And I guess you're just testing to see if I got moderators. But no, you know, and if you're trying to say something, I really appreciate it. I can't. And all these comments get recorded, and we can see them afterwards. So you know, we'll try to figure out what you're saying here later. And if it's we'll make a determination here. But thanks for tuning in, everybody. Make sure my backpack's. Yeah, the Ada Weiss is crafted according to Brewery tradition 17th century. See, that's why. Yeah. Okay. Good. Yeah. Thanks. Yeah. 5. Okay. 5 and 10. Okay. I don't know what I'm saying. Here, let me put on my. Okay, let's check out a divvy bike here. So let's see if the. Maybe I'll take this one. This one might be at the right. I won't even have to. Yeah, good. So I'll take this divvy bike. Bear with me a second here. I'm going to check out a divvy bike, and then we're going to ride back across the bridge towards Chinatown. We'll actually ride back into Chinatown. Someone's trying to call me here. There's always so much going on. Okay, here we go. We'll check out a divvy bike here. Too much going on. Let's scan it here. There we go. So welcome to Chicago. We just went through the 88 Marketplace. Let me put my backpack back on. And let's ride across. There's a nice bike path that goes in down 18th Street. We're going to use it to cross the river. And then we're going to head back into the loop of Chicago. So let me see if I can get across the street here. Hey, thanks for this coming along for a nice little tour here. Yeah, we'll get across the street here. Get in the bike lane. So this is 18th Street. We'll take this right up into Chinatown. We'll go back towards where we came from, but we're a little further north here. We'll go across Pingtown Park there. So we just crossed Canalport. Yeah, there's that alley there where they used it in the Blues Brothers. Let's see if I got time to get across here. Let's see, 14 seconds. Yeah, we're gonna make it. We're gonna make it after all. There's the skyline, but it's obscured by clouds today, so we'll ride up this incline here. I'll switch gears here. There we go. I always get a bike that has like a missing grommet on its gear and it like skips out. Seems to be a lot of the bikes have this problem. Well, hey, look at that cloudy skyline on a 40-degree day here. So here's the train yards for Amtrak. That's what's over there. We're crossing. It's a big rail yard, South Loop of Chicago. Look at this Amazon truck. I got to ride around this Amazon truck. But of course, Amazon rules everything. I want to just kick this Amazon truck. But I've been in this. There's a nice storage here. Yeah, I can easily get around this Amazon. It's not really biking it. You can get around it. I'm just complaining. Watch, I'll get hit by a car as I go by. There's a car coming. Thanks, Amazon. Thanks, Jeff Bezos, for ruining the world. making the world a better place for Jeff Bezos. Hey, there's the orange line coming in. So there's Pington Park. You see that nice pagoda there, and there's the orange line coming in from Midway. Here's the South Branch. There's that nice Amtrak bridge, that single lift bridge. And then look at the skyline of Chicago over here. Yeah. So we're on 18th Street. There's the South Branch of the Chicago River. We're looking north. And we'll get a good view of the orange line heading across the flyover here. This is all part of Chinatown right here. And the South Loop of Chicago. So what I want to do is I want to see if I can catch Wentworth up here. And that's going to be the new 78 neighborhood, that empty space there. It used to be a rail yard. And hey, you spotted me with a telescope. See, I'm heading back here. I'm getting closer to you there, yeah. Well, I just hope you're not a sniper. Thanks for tuning in. How you doing, everybody? Welcome to Chicago. So I got 8 seconds to get across. Okay, I'm going across here. We're going. Hey, how's it going? So there's a big bunch of water here, so I'm gonna have to brake. I just want to get across the intersection here. I'm not gonna go through this water. I'm gonna go this way. So I'll wait till this traffic crosses, and we'll cross the street here. Here we go. Yeah, so let's head up. This is the new part. This is where Wentworth connects with Wells Street. They just added this. So here's Pington Park. They might not even have this open. I don't even know if they have this open yet. Here's the Leonard M. Louis Fieldhouse. Looks like they got it blocked off. So let's see if we can go through here or not. I don't know. Yeah, they got it blocked off. So yeah, unfortunately, I want to ride through here. They don't have it connected yet, so we'll have to go across 18th Street and go up that way. But eventually, we'll be able to ride straight through here and connect to Wells Street. So, but here's this field house for Pington Park. It's a nice field house. There's a Chicago Park District vehicle right here. That's good. Thanks, Elena. Thanks for tuning in. Am I saying your name right? Elena or Elena? I hope I'm saying your name right. Appreciate you for tuning in. You tune in often. And Anna Marie, Julie, Cliff Dweller. Thanks, everybody. You found the Amazon truck? Yeah, see, that's the way to find me there. You see, you can triangulate with the see, this will take you right back to Chinatown, the direction we're heading. We're heading south here. I'll cross, and then we'll continue east on 18th Street here. Hey, look at that, is the red line. So the red line just came out of the subway tunnel, and that's where it heads to Chinatown. It heads to, and I'm gonna cross the street. You know why? I want to beat this traffic and get around this puddle, because I don't want to have to ride through this puddle. And it's barely enough room for me to get by as it is without getting splashed. we got some thunderstorms last night. So we can get back to the loop this way. This is this Clark Street? Yeah, this is Clark Street. Okay, good. Yeah, good. Hey, how's it going? How you doing? Hey, oh, Brian Really Chicago. Brian Really Chicago. I'm on TikTok. I'm on TikTok and YouTube. Right? Thanks. Hey, thank you. Thanks for following. Yeah, that's great. Thanks for saying hello. I appreciate it. Yeah, that's great. That's awesome. See, they're saying hello, and I appreciate people that tune in. Thanks a lot. That's great. We'll get across the street here, and I'm out of breath. That's great. I like when people say hello. Thank you. And we'll get going here. So, we got anything? Okay, good. Thank you. So yeah, we'll get going here. So they got the left. Oh, we'll get across the street. I'm breaking the rules here. I'm trying to get going here, and they just saw me like break the rules there because I'm just anxious to get through that light. I didn't know if they wanted to make a right. I get nervous. I get overwhelmed sometimes. And thanks for bearing with me here. Just too much going on. I don't know how Duran does it with this one wheel. You know, I guess he just gets, see, like I got to deal with this. There's this police station down here. There's a fire truck going through. Here, I want to get across this intersection. So that's why I jumped this light, because it allowed me to get through this intersection here. No, I'm still not used to people saying hello to me. I've never been in a situation where, you know, it's just the power of social media where people know who I am and I don't know who they are. It's fine, it's great. I really appreciate it that people stop and say hello, but it still freaks me out. And then I get like a panic attack. Look at the ambulance here. So we're still on 18th Street. I might just head all the way back to the Lakefront bike path. It'll be my easiest way to get back north. Here's Michigan Avenue. I could have went up Wabash, but then you got to eventually cut over anyway. This takes you right back towards Soldier Field, and then we can ride right back along the Lakefront bike path there. See, look, there's Michigan Avenue looking north. We're in the South Loop. Yeah, I'm on a bike. Thanks, Mary. Thanks for tuning in. I'm hovering down the street here. There, Indiana Avenue. So this is like the Prairie Street. There's a little historic district here. There's the Clark House. So if you look it up, the Clark House is one of the oldest, if not the oldest, building that still survives in Chicago. It goes back to 1835. It's called the Clark House. And we filmed it before, at least on my original count. I might have to film it again. And here we'll head right over to the Lakefront bike path here. Welcome to Chicago. Down in the South Loop, down by McCormick Place. And we're just riding down the street here. Look, they got these cones sitting out here. This is a historic Richardson Romanesque. And then these are some of the old business magnates of Chicago used to live on Prairie Avenue right here. You see all these beautiful buildings here. So I'll come back some other time and we'll document this area better when I got more time. We got 12:42. I got to get back towards the office here. But at least we checked out that 88 Marketplace. And here's where I can connect with the Lakefront bike path. I think, yeah, right up here. There's a speed hump. See, they got some infill development. Mayor Daley used to live down in this area before he moved up to the Heritage. Battle of Fort Dearborn happened here. You can look that up. I think this is where William Wells was killed. Here's through the Lakefront. We'll go right by Soldier Field. And the views to the skyline will be really weird today because it's got low cloud cover. But here, let me go to a lower gear here so we can go up this incline here. Oops. I almost bit the dust there. Yeah, very ambitious. I know, that's why I started early. That's why I started early. Here comes the Metro. That's the South Shore train. That goes out to Indiana. That's the Nick South Shore train heading down to Hammond and Gary and Hegewisch and Hyde Park, but it's on its way to either Gary, Hammond, Michigan City, Dune Park. I don't know how far it's going. We'll go over the Metro tracks here. Yeah, I bit off more than I can chew today. There's Soldier Field. We got a misty, foggy, cloudy day here. I'm earning my Wheaties today. That's okay, Mary. I appreciate you just tuning in. You know, if you want to subscribe, if you're already subscribed to my TikTok, I appreciate it. It's only $2.99, the cost of a hot chocolate. $2.99 per month. I'm a cheap date. There's the Metro yard here. There's the skyline of Chicago, Soldier Field. There's a station down there, one of the old wood platforms. And yeah, we'll ride right down past Soldier Field. Go by the museum campus and head back into work here. Now I gotta ride the brake. I gotta ride the brake. Look at this view. Yeah. Soldier Field. We'll see if the Bears stick around at all or not. There's problems with the Arlington Heights thing. It's so funny. They're haggling over taxes. Of course the Bears deserve a tax break, right? Ask for money for a stadium and then they want a tax break on top of it. I wish we owned a football team. That's what Green Bay collectively owns their team. They're onto something there. Green Bay will never leave Green Bay because they collectively, the citizens bought into it. You know, here's the, oh look, Metallica's gonna play at Soldier Field. So, the last time we rode by the police memorial there on the east side, we'll ride right along the west side of Soldier Field here. So there's the Walter Payton statue. Sweetness is over there. Here's Soldier Field, Chicago. Here's the George Halas statue. We filmed that before we got TikToks on all this. South Gates here. So we'll ride around the colonnade on the Sable Lakeshore Drive side. And there's the alien spaceship that landed in Soldier Field in 2003. It wasn't enough to keep the Bears from moving out. Even though, I guess we're still paying it off, I don't know. At least they went to the Super Bowl once during that period. But lost Indianapolis. So, Sable Lakeshore Drive's to the left, Soldier Field's to the right. Yeah, look at that colonnade. Historic Soldier Field, Chicago, Illinois. This goes back to 1921, maybe, when they built this. The bottom portion, it lost its historic designation. And because they added too many new things to it. Yeah, I could have rented an e-bike. I probably should have. But, you know me, I'm a cheapskate. I can rent these pedal ones for free as long as I don't take more than 45 minutes. But look, the hedges are starting to turn green here. Signs of spring. The weather feels great to me today. I'm glad it's cool today because I'm still wearing my heavy runner coat and I'm breaking a sweat. Soldier Field, a stadium in a park. And the Bears are just going to throw it away. I'm glad that the Chicago Fire soccer team still plays here. And I'm glad I don't have to go all the way out to Bridgeview or whatever the other one was at, way out on the southwest side, on the other side of Midway. See the Chicago Fire professional soccer team play here. Oh man. There we go, Soldier Field. There's the Field Museum, so you know where we're at now. We should be getting close now. So I think I could ride around. Let's see, which way do we want to go? We can go either way. You can go your own way. Bear's Den. Look at that eternal flame they got over there. Oh, of course, they got some grates here. Over here. Okay, let's head over this way. Let's see if we can get up around Field Museum. South Loop skyline of Chicago. What is this, McClurg? What do they call this? McClurg Court. There's the divvy station. Ha. Oh. Kevin, how you doing there? Despicable Knee. Yeah, oh, I just saw that comment about Adler. Well, no, I'm not going to get out to the planetarium. We could do that some other time. We'll ride to Northerly Island. And I got to get back to work. I've already taken too much time. I started early. if you go back and watch the beginning of this, we jumped on the green line. We went all the way to Chinatown, 88 Marketplace. I'm riding a bike back. I got 10 minutes to get back to work, so I don't have time. I don't want to stay late at work tonight. And so we'll cruise on back through Grant Park. And yeah, we'll save that for some other time. We'll do Adler Planetarium. We'll do Northerly Island. I got TikToks on Adler Planetarium and the Northerly Island. It's beautiful views. But see, here's another reason. The skyline views are not good today because it's overcast and the tallest skyscrapers are in the clouds. So we'll just head up through the park here. And there's the Field Museum. And let's see, which way do I want to go here? Yeah, we'll stay by the lake here. We'll stay by the lake and we'll just head over past Buckingham Fountain and all that stuff. Oh! There it is. Look at the Field Museum's looking nice. There's the Shed Aquarium, so I'm close to the Adler. At least you're seeing some of the museum campus. Thanks for tuning in. I can't be everything everywhere at once. People always make good suggestions, and you watch tonight someone will tune in. You never go to the south side. I'm like, I went to the south side at lunch. They're like, that doesn't count. It's not far south enough. I'm like, okay. Jerks. Here's Lakefront bike path. There needs to be more people walking around Chicago besides me and City Walking Girl. Even two of us. And Vic Cohen live streamed this weekend too. 3 of us. Nate used to walk around, but I don't think he does it anymore. Liz Skate Chicago roller skates around. Manny Manuel Vega changed his name. He still drives the Uber. That's interesting. He's got the camera on the people in the back there. You can hear their conversations. It's fun. But I know. That's why I get overwhelmed when people. Not only that, people are looking at me in telescopes from their high-rise apartments and their condos. People are stopping, talking to me in their cars, and I'm trying to ride a bike. And they're like, hey, how's it going? I'm like, hey, how's it going? And then I'm looking for the light to change, and I almost messed up the light. I jumped the light with the left turn. So, do the best we can. But this is easy here. There's no one on the bike trail. See how the Sears Tower is in the clouds? This is the skyline of Chicago. It's a cloudy, overcast, windy day. Typical March weather. Gloomy. That's why we were blessed with sunshine on the weekend. 2 days of sunshine. Saturday and Sunday. It's great. Yeah, I don't know what they're doing to the exterior of the Field Museum. I guess they're just renovating it. I saw there was some scaffolding there. Yeah, I don't know what they're doing. Maybe you could look online and find some information. I'd have to do the same thing. I'd have to search it too. Thanks everybody for doing the research on Cermak and 88 Marketplace, and I appreciate people finding information and posting it. I know Tara's done that in the past. Other people have done it today. Appreciate that. And see if we don't disturb these geese. How's it going, geese? Yeah. You can see Navy Pier over there. So we're at Balboa and DuSable Lakeshore Drive. We'll go by the Buckingham Fountain. They won't turn it on until May, I don't think. They usually have a big ceremony when they turn it on until last year. So now we gotta get past these guys here. On your left. On your left. Thank you. On your left. Okay, thank you. No, I appreciate it. Thank you. Yeah, look at that. Look at the sculpture. Nine miles. There's where Buckingham Fountain is. Yeah, this is like the only thing I can do well. Everything else I'm mediocre at. Look at that van driving on the path there. How'd that van get out there? What are you doing driving around there? Driving on the lakefront. So there's Buckingham Fountain, Grant Park. Look how these big trees got buds on them too. Everything's ready to pop. They do this. They fake out. They'll get buds, and then the buds, and they won't bloom until May. Hopefully not. They're lost. Yeah, one time a friend of mine was trying to find parking. He was from out of town. He was trying to find parking in McCormick Place, and somehow he ended up on the roof. Now I know that there's parking. There's like the upper deck of the park, but he swears he was driving on the roof. I said, "How'd you get on the roof in McCormick Place?" I said, "You were on that parking deck at the uppermost level." He goes, "No, we took a wrong turn and we were driving on the roof of the convention center." I said, "How'd you get on the roof of the convention center?" He was all confused. He didn't know where he was at. But wouldn't surprise me if he was. I think there's just the uppermost level of the parking. It looks like you're on the roof of the McCormick Place, the convention center there. Jackson Drive. So we're almost to Monroe. Time we got 12:56. Yeah, this is why I didn't have time to go to Adler Planetarium. I'm barely going to make it back as it is. Got to get up to Randolph, and I don't even know if I want to go up Randolph. I think I might just cut over Monroe and go that way. Save a little time. Yeah, we'll get up here right by as the light changes, hopefully. This bike, I always pick the wrong bike. I get a bike with like a grommet missing. It like misses out every fifth cycle of my legs here. But here, yeah, we'll cross at Monroe here. This is perfect timing with the light here. So bear with me, I want to make a left here, across the street here. There we go. Got the left turn lanes going here. So we're going right. This is Millennium Park, Maggie Daly Park with the ice skating ribbon. You know where we're at, just parking underneath here. There's the Butler Field. You're not supposed to ride on the sidewalk, but the sidewalks are so wide here and it's winter time. I'll risk it. They used to have a little putt-putt golf here, but I don't know what they're going to do to this. There used to be like a little beer garden and stuff here too, but yeah. Of course, someone's trying to call me on my other phone here. I think it's spy agencies trying to locate me. I get telemarketer calls like crazy when I'm live streaming. I just ignore them all. There's the Loop Skyline, the Artist to Chicago. We'll take it right here and we'll head up to Randolph on Columbus Drive. Yeah, we'll head up this way. We'll go under the pedestrian bridge here. Yeah, have a good afternoon, Julie. Thanks for watching. Yeah, there's nothing much else to see. Everybody, you can drop off. I'm about to sign off here anyway. So thanks for tuning in. We'll catch you next time. And we saw some good stuff today. Thanks for the good comments, commentary, feedback, and research. Thanks for feeding me some good background information and keep me company here. And we'll try to be on TikTok tonight for my walk home as usual. Thanks to the Lunch Bunch. You guys are great. And we'll keep on keeping on here. So see you later. The way I roll. See you, Shannon. See you, Julie. Despicable Me and everybody else. Chris and Christopher and everybody else. And we'll see you later. I'm gonna hit the stop button. Have a great day, everybody, from Chicago. And we'll do it again. Same bat channel. Take care, everybody. Have a great